You done fucked up, Warner Brothers. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Fifth Cell, you're okay, as far as I know. Keep your nose clean. You're hanging out with Warner Brothers, who... I'm sorry, I gotta address this. Warner Brothers is kind of in the shithouse right now because just a few days ago they released Batman Arkham Knight on PC, and boy oh boy are people ripping them to shreds right now because that is apparently one of the worst PC ports in all of PC gaming history. It is giving everybody problems, even people with overly expensive rigs are getting capped at like 23 frames per second with screen stuttering, and it's just a mess right now. And everybody's pointing at you, Warner Brothers. It is it's actually quite hilarious because Warner Brothers, in an effort to cut off a finger to save the hand, has pulled Arkham Knight off of Steam, which is an unprecedented move by a AAA developer, and we know why it's happened. Let's be honest. The main reason why this happened is because Steam recently implemented a policy where if you have not played the video game that you bought for more than 2 hours, or have owned it within a certain period of time, I think it's no more than 2 weeks, there's another condition in there somewhere, but if you haven't owned the game for a very long period of time, then you are allowed to get a full refund, okay? And shit like that, a full refund, not just something where, like, you bought it from a game store and then you have to find the receipt and drive all the way to the store and get your money and drive all the way back. That's kind of a hassle. Some people won't do that if the game's kind of just mediocre. But nowadays, oh boy, when you get some bad press like how the Arkham Knight's been getting, a $60 refund, and it's not just the $60 game. Warner Brothers also put out a season pass for Arkham Knight, so that's almost $100. $100! And Warner Brothers has the audacity to push out a game that is so awfully broken, and they issued a press release saying that they're sorry that the game isn't up to their normal standards of quality, and they've taken it off Steam to work on it and to do some much-needed additional optimizing, and they've even gone so far as to remind people that you can get a refund for the game if you so desire, and they're kind of trying to put themselves in the nice guy corner of like, I'm sorry you don't like our game, you can get a refund if you like. But man, if Steam hadn't put in this refund policy, this never would have happened. Ever, ever, ever. You maybe would have gotten a patch a couple weeks from now, but now that people have the ability to say, hey, I might have pre-ordered that shit, but if I see some terrible reviews of this game being poorly optimized, I can just flip that shit right around back at you, buddy. It's a digital copy. I should be able to get a full refund. And Warner Brothers said, oh shit, son. Our profits went from 13 million to 2 million in a day. Oh boy, it is a fun time to be a Steam user right now, because this is the precedent that people will be using in the future. This is the thing that people will point to when AAA developers or even indie developers push out a game that is awful. Not just gameplay-wise, not just story-wise, but one that does not run at all. Okay? It's going to really push developers to actually try really hard to have good PR and make a game that works. So these Steam refunds are already proving to be a very good thing, and I'm just sitting back and laughing my ass off at the whole thing. Because everybody's going crazy right now. Warner Brothers is trying to put out the fire that it pushed out into the fireplace, and PC gamers are just livid right now. 23 frames per second. PC gamers won't even accept like 60 frames per second nowadays. If a game is locked to 60 frames per second, you'll still hear some people griping about it. And to be fair, when somebody invests in a really, really high-end PC, yeah, they want to get the most out of it. That's the whole reason why they went with PC rather than console. It's because they want the most out of their gaming experience. They don't want just good gameplay. They want a beautiful, smooth game experience. And if they can't get that, it might sound a little entitled to say, oh, well, they gotta have it. But again, if you're charging $60 for a digital release, you don't have to put in any effort into a physical copy. You don't have to put in any investment into the game disc or anything like that. Usually, you can still buy things in store, like Best Buy or whatever, but most digital distribution is through Steam for PC users. So it's just, it's an issue that I thought I needed to bring up since we are playing a Warner Brothers game, and it's crazy times right now to be, well, it's always crazy times to be a gamer right in these days, but it's getting more and more fun as things go along. So anyway, that was my little rant about that. Let's continue on with Scribblenauts, why not, instead of just talking about current events like some kind of news reporter, sir. Now, when we last left Maxwell, he was grappling with his evil twin, and I threw that motherfucker in the trash can. And by the way, I do have to apologize for the last set of videos being very quiet. I'm still getting used to my new microphone, and I didn't want to blow your guys' eardrums out by this being too loud. So I have upped the gain on the microphone, so my volume should be louder. And if it's still not quite good, just keep giving me feedback, guys. I'm still... Okay, the problem is that I have some really sensitive headphones. They're Audio-Technica, so I can hear every little bit of everything. And to me, the last couple videos, while a little quiet, I could still perfectly watch the videos, but a lot of people said even having their volume at maximum, it was still quiet. So I have upped the microphone a lot more. And if it's too much, I'm sorry. The nice thing is, if it's too much, you can always turn it down. So... Anyway, so I did that. I've actually... This is what sucks. I was messing around in Scribblenauts a little while ago, testing out some new objects, and just seeing what I could spawn, just to get the creative juices flowing, and I accidentally solved this guy's problem. An object was way too big to fit in the firehouse, so I put it outside, and he picked it up, and this arsonist solved his problem. This building was on fire before, so he like wanted to turn himself in or something, and I solved his problem. And even though I didn't save the game, I just immediately closed the game. You know, I hit Alt F5. I reloaded the game, and his problem was still solved. So unfortunately, we'll never get to know the story behind this arsonist. Is he like a remorseful arsonist? He is now. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I'll steal the arsonist. Full. This is so embarrassing how poorly I can't spell. Full. Remorseful. Yeah, that wasn't even halfway close. Now you know what? Shamed. Shaved. There. He does, what? It's a bald cap. I spawned a bald, here. Now you're a bald arsonist. You burned all your hair off. How does that feel? Ugh. I like this guy's hair. It's very reminiscent of my real life hair. My hair grows into like an afro almost. Anyway, so yeah, I've been messing around in Scribblenauts. I've upped the volume, and please I'm not going to ask you to apologize. I will apologize because it is hotter than just, hotter than these beets. Let me think of something funny to say. It is hotter than being squished between the sun's cleavage right now in my room. It is just, it's like 90 degrees out. It's only 10 in the morning, and I can't have my room fan on because the microphone will pick up the fan noise, and I don't want you guys to have to deal with that annoying little feature. So I'm currently sweating my balls off, but I do have a glass of apple juice, so please excuse me if every once in a while you have to hear me slurp from my glass of apple juice. Now, I have actually written down some words and some ideas to make Scribblenauts even more unique from other people's playthroughs of Scribblenauts. Now, let's see, I'm looking through my notes here. Aha! You all, in the comments, have made some very, very good suggestions, and I've written them down. I've also written down who made the suggestions so I can give specific credit for funny situations happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've gotten 6 people to directly tell me kind of what they would like to see in the game. So if you have any suggestions for future recordings, please let me know. I do read every single comment and every single message that is sent to me, and I do take them all very seriously. So I did that, and we'll get to see that and see if I can work those suggestions into any solutions. And, ooh, before I end the video, I will tell you about a unique thing that I've done with this game. So I went to my family and I explained to them what the game is, and I asked my mother and my sister if they had any words that they would like me to try to use in Scribblenauts. I didn't ask my father because he's at Lake Tahoe right now for Father's Day, so happy Father's Day, Dad. You don't get to be in the video. So I asked my mom and my sister what words they would like for me to see, or what words they would like to see in the game. They're not actually going to watch this video, but whatever. So I asked them I asked for 4 random objects, and then I asked for specific categories. So 4 random objects, and then I asked for an animal they like, a mystical creature, a profession, and a food that they do not like. And my mother came up with glass animals, hat boxes, polished small rocks, and a clock key. My mother seems to really live in her idyllic 1950s childhood still. My mom's a big kid. I mean, she put down hat boxes, for God's sakes. And then animal she likes is baby hedgehogs, mystical creature. She said gremlin, but I wasn't sure if the game would take gremlin, so I had her also say leprechaun. And then profession, she gave me truck driver, and food that she does not like is Brussels sprouts. And I cannot blame her, because Brussels sprouts, as well as everything else that is not covered in sugar, is disgusting. And then I asked my sister what objects that she would like to see in game, and I asked her for exciting objects. She was giving me stuff like lamps and like a clock, and I was like, no, they gotta be exciting. And she said, okay, fine, how about a red rocket, a sports car, a bull mastiff, which is a humongous dog, and a dancing alien. And I think those were pretty good suggestions. And then animal she likes, excited rabbit. And then mystical creature, a house-sized nice dragon. And I don't know how that one's gonna go, but I'll try to make like a giant nice dragon or something. And then profession, astronaut, which goes well with the whole Scribblenauts theme. And a food that she does not like is bananas. Bananas. My sister has a huge aversion. She has like a phobia of bananas. It's something about the texture, just, I don't know, something about it. She won't even like want to be in the same room with one. Very odd. And then I asked myself the same questions, 4 random objects, and then animal, all that. So I wrote down expensive lottery ticket, heavy butterfly, giant smelly dodo bird, propane and propane accessories. So I'm going to see if I can try to fit those in. And then animal I really like, chinchilla, adorable, mystical creature, mermaid, hello ladies, and then career, voice actor, but if they don't let me do that, I put down crash test dummy, which it's got to work somewhere. And then finally, the food that I do not like is, if you guys have ever had malto meal, it's like this really grainy, like not like good like oat grains, but just kind of like sandy oatmeal. But malto meal is a brand name, so I decided to put down rotten oatmeal instead. So we can all look forward to those, and I've even put in some custom objects, but that'll be in the next episode. I hope you've liked this kind of introductory 14-minute video.